mother zips a jacket over a boy who won't remember the town they're leaving. That's the image to hold on to. Not the maps, not the flags, not the treaties. A person deciding in a single night to leave behind everything they have ever known, because staying has become more dangerous than going. This week, on a beach in 𝗞𝗲𝘀, tens of thousands of people swam towards Spain. Some carried the surge, the clothes on their backs. Some didn't survive the crossing. The ones who made it were met not by open arms but by fences, by soldiers, by a government trying to send most of them straight back to Morocco within days. Officials will argue for weeks about what caused the surge. A court ruling, rumors spread online, or traffickers exploiting the confusion. But none of that explains why a person chooses to risk drowning. Desperation does. Move along the same coastline, east, and the story repeats with different names. In Turkey, boats still leave in the dark for Greek islands a few miles away. Some capsize. The people on them are running from wars most of the world has stopped watching. Serious, and now the long shadow of instability spreading from Iran. Turkey already hosts more refugees than almost any country on earth. And still, more people arrive, needing somewhere to be. In Gaza, there is no boat to catch, no border to swim across. Nearly 2 million people are displaced inside a strip of land roughly 25 miles long, moved from shelter to shelter as the ground under them keeps shifting. Families measure their day in liters of water, not hours. Children who should be worrying about exams are worrying about whether the building they're sleeping in tonight will still be standing in the morning. Sudan holds the green distinction of the world's largest displacement crisis, and almost nobody talks about it. 14 million people pushed from their homes, families walking for days into Chad or South Sudan with whatever they could carry, arriving in countries that don't have enough for their own citizens, let alone new arrivals. Whole communities of children have grown up knowing nothing but tents. And in Ukraine, the war has entered its 5th year. Millions still live abroad as refugees. Millions more are displaced inside their own country. And an entire generation of workers is missing from an economy trying to rebuild itself in real time, repairing power grids while the same grids are still being bombed. Here's the part people miss. None of this is only about violence. It's about money, too. Every one of those crises comes with a hidden second story: the economics of war. Reconstruction costs that run into the hundreds of billions. Aid budgets that shrink every year while the number of people needing help grows. Countries that quietly profit from selling weapons into these conflicts while other countries quietly foot the bill for the people whose weapons displace. War is expensive to fight and even more expensive to survive. Somebody always pays. It's rarely the people who started it. What connects a teenager crossing a fence in 𝗞𝗲𝘀, a family rationing water in Gaza, and a grandmother rebuilding a house in eastern Ukraine isn't geography. It's the same basic math, done differently in every language. Home became impossible, so they left, and now they have to build a life out of whatever's left. We talk about migration like it's a policy problem. Numbers to manage, borders to secure, budgets to approve, but behind every statistic in every report is somebody who used to have a normal Tuesday, a job, a commute, a favorite chair, and then at some point all of that ended and survival became the only plan. That's the story worth telling, not the war, the people who are still standing after it.